Next we have Raichle. I asked her how she wanted to be introduced, and she said, with a plea. She says, if you're thinking or considering getting a pet, then you should look at the shelters, because there are lots of dogs and cats.
Oh, here you take that one.
Perfect.
Okay, from Stargate, was it? I don't know, to Tanzania. Here we go. So I think that life is what happens in between the little decisions that you make, and I've been making a lot of crazy decisions lately, one of which was to go to Western Tanzania, in East Africa. It all started whenever I was teaching an ESL class here in Utah with Burundi women who were newly resettled refugees. They had no literacy skills in any language, and I was their teacher, and we bonded tremendously through this experience, to the point where when I told them I was going to Tanzania and what part of Tanzania, they're like, oh my gosh, our families are right there in refugee camps. So I went over there and I brought pictures and money to their families, and I got to be a conduit, and it was such an honor to be able to do that for them. From there, I went to an NGO in Western Tanzania. I was going to be a teacher educator. So I got there, planned to work at a school, and there was no school. So I made the most of my time. I played with baboons. I watched these friends of mine chat up Maasai warriors in the capital, washed my laundry in the river and everything, but no Fulbright coming my way. So I also fell in love with the children in Tanzania, and I couldn't imagine not coming back. So I talked to a friend of mine about how I could have an impact, and I started up a scholarship fund for the kids. I had him help me pick 5 most vulnerable children just to start small, and he helped me do that. And the reality in Tanzania for education is that primary school is free, secondary school costs money. So most kids stop after primary school. If they get to go to secondary school, it's maybe 1 or 2 of them out of a large family, and it's usually the boys. So all of these primary school students, the large percentage of them won't go on to school. Those who do are totally happy with the fact that they don't have books, they don't have colored pens and all kinds of fun stuff. They're just psyched to be in school, even if there's 90 kids to 1 teacher. So by making this choice, this trip, this commitment, I all of a sudden have entered into this revolution of do-it-yourself development work. I joke that I'm Raichle Farrely, and the oppressed people that I'm fighting for are the kids that don't have access to education. So it's the do-it-yourself foreign aid revolution. There's people like me who don't have experience, and we're stepping in and making it happen. In the meantime, I'm supposed to be getting a PhD. So I've walked, but I haven't defended. I'm ABD, but I'd rather just work on my GSD. So will I get both? I don't know. That's TBD. And I'm hopeful, but I'm not really sure. Steps to the PhD, basically you suffer a whole lot. You know, you get in, you take a lot of courses that you won't ever have to reference. You take comps and they suck, and then you become ABD and live there forever. And the steps to the GSD are have a passion, identify it, prepare to invest a lot of time, energy, money, give up your vacations, your boyfriends, all that kind of stuff. Take the leap, look back, oh my God, what did I just do? Enjoy the ride, revise along the way, figure it out, and smile because you're making a big difference. So I went back to the village, check on the kids, get 5 more kids into the program. I said to the chief, hey, I can help maybe put a classroom on your overcrowded primary. And he's like, no, I don't need a classroom on that. I need a whole secondary school. And I had just read 3 Cups of Tea on the Plane, and I was like, okay, if Greg can do it, I can do it. So I met with the village government, and we strategized a 16-classroom school on the land they donated. We'd build a soccer field, of course. You got to have a soccer field for a school in Tanzania. And so we started making it happen. First, I had to find 2 things, a partner and a name. So I picked my buddy Lucas. He's 23. He speaks my language and their language, and he's from the village, and he believes in the cause, too. Neither of us know what we're doing. We called it Project Raichle. Raichle means empower. My buddy Mike T made the logo just last week, actually, and I love it. Came home, got a website, got a fiscal sponsor so I don't have to become a nonprofit, and fundraised through this nonprofit and used a couple of different sites, had a movie screening, held a 5K. Raised $12,000, and I went back. That was $8,000 shy of what I wanted to raise, but we bought tools, we cleared the land, we dug holes, we carried sand on our heads, we started throwing down the foundation. So it's happening. It's happening right now over there in Tanzania, and it's really exciting. Nicholas Kristof, in his article about this whole do-it-yourself revolution and foreign aid people like myself, he asks, are these people unsophisticated, these idealists? And we totally are. We don't know anything about sustainability and consulting the leaders and all this stuff. We figure it out. I pray to Google often. She answers really fast. Do we do it anyway? Of course we do it. We do it because even though it's one little drop in a bucket that's hard to fill, if you're that drop right there, you're psyched that I got my GSD. And I did get my GSD. That's my GSD. So I get to put those initials behind my name. I get shit done. This is Amahoro Secondary School. We built 4 classrooms and an office last summer. It's still coming together. The kids walk over there and check it out often as the building is unfolding. And I want you guys to all go out and get your GSD. And I want to say thanks to all my friends who, in increments of $5 to $1,000, have been chipping in along the way to make this happen.